My name is Niraj and I am a final year student from VIT Durg College. I'll be showing my project architecture, which is a food application architecture. It's internal architecture. So this is my internal architecture. This is the food application internal architecture, which contains the front end, API gateway, Eureka server, then different backend services like order service, restaurant service, card service, product service, review service, user service. So these are all services present in backend, and all the services are managed by Eureka server. So every detail I can get from Eureka server. Actually, Eureka server is used to get the location of each services. So for example, if next application send a request to API gateway, then based on the URL, if that URL contains RESTful service, then it will go to the Eureka server and find out the location of RESTful service. So with the help of Eureka server, it will be able to get the direct location of those services. After that, this is the overall architecture which contains Eureka servers, order service. After that, I am using Stripe server for payment. Then I am using Kafka UI just to get the information about Kafka. So to represent Kafka internal things, I am using Kafka UI. After that, so this is actually a overall architecture, and let me explain each architecture in detail. So this is user service, in which it has next application, and it is actually storing the data in the MySQL, and it is storing image in the Cloudinary. So what it is doing is it is storing the images in Cloudinary, and it gets a path of location of path, and actually it is a public key. So it is now what my service user service is doing is it will get the public key from Cloudinary, and it is storing that public key to the MySQL. After that, I have review service, which is again also using MySQL database and Cloudinary, and this is card service in which I am using MongoDB. And after that, product service also uses MySQL, and order service is using Stripe database, and Stripe database, not Stripe database, Stripe API to uh, for payment gateway, and I'm using MySQL for order service. Okay, now restaurant service again using MySQL and Cloudinary. So these are just little bit information about each and every services. After that, let me explain the roles. So in this projects, I have three roles. The first one is user role, which is just to indicate normal flow of application. A user is eligible to do every normal thing in the application. After that, I have a restaurant owner, which again have a normal flow, and also in addition, it has its own restaurant page so that it can manages all the restaurant details in our application. As same as admin, so admin also have normal flow of application, and it has admin has admin page through which it will manage all the admin related operations. Now I'll be explaining about the overall architecture of product, restaurant, food, and category. So I have here in my project, let's suppose I have one category, and that category contains two products, right? And these two products are generic products, which those are generic products, right? Yeah, till here everything is clear. It has products, two products. These are generic products. After that, each restaurant, like this is restaurant one, this is restaurant two. So restaurant one will give the implementation of that product, and it will give its image. It's either it is a vegetarian or it is non-veg. After that, how much quantity that particular product has. All those details will be given by the restaurant owner to that particular food, which is implementing that particular product. So this is generic product, and this is actual product, which is shown to the user. So we can say that it is the implementation of those products. Now this is restaurant 2, which is giving the different application, different implementation different implementation to those product. After again, this is restaurant 1, restaurant 2. Restaurant 1 is giving the implementation of product. Restaurant 2 is also giving different implementation of product to product, and these are generic product. So this is overall product restaurant relationship and how these are actually working internally. So this is login and sign up process in which user have sign up and login. Inside sign up, user can sign up via email and password or via Google API, and same for login via username and password or via Google. And here after sign up and login, it will generate a JWT token which is stored onto the front end of a user browser of a user. In the browser, it will be stored in a cookie. So on each frequent request, that particular cookie will always be sent to the backend and front end. This is overall architecture of login and sign up. After that, I'll be explaining about login with restaurant account. Now here, restaurant owner will choose login with email. It does not have a feature of login with Google. So now it will log in with the email, and after that it will be hit to user service, and in the user service it will check the role of that particular login. Okay, it will check the role. If the role is owner, then what it will do, it will use a different service. It will send an email to the restaurant service, and there in the restaurant service, if email is matched with restaurant email, then it will return restaurant ID, and that restaurant ID will be stored in the JWT. Why? So that restaurant ID will be used to fetch all the restaurant details when restaurant owner will try to access its privileged operations. So this is all about login with restaurant account. Now I'll be talking about product search page. So when users search a particular word or particular string, that string again converted into this array of words, and each word will be searched with the search tag or with the product name, and that particular word again can be searched into the product description. It is searched to the category name. It will be also searched in category description. So a particular word is searched in all those five places, and after that, when it matches with any one of them, then it will store that particular product service, and it will give not product service, it will store that product and it will return that particular product to the front end. So that front end will showcase all those products. So this is overall architecture of product search page, how searching is working in my project. So now I'll be explaining about order procedure. The first thing which order procedure will happen is that it will show the product details, all the product details which is present there. After product details, it will ask about the delivery address, wherein which you can choose different delivery address, and if there's no delivery address present, you can add delivery address and again choose a delivery address. After first and second step, it will ask order for one product or order for multiple products. So if you are going to a particular product details now, inside product details you have an option of place order. If you are choosing a place order from there, then this procedure will called, and if you are placing the order from a cart service or from a cart, then this particular path will be selected. After that, it will hit the order service, and what order service will do with all those informations, it will search in the restaurant service for the quantity which user is requesting for each of the products. It will actually verify the quantity, that is these many quantities are present in that particular product or not, from restaurant service. If it is not present, it will give a error message, and if it is present, then it will continue and create a session ID. Get the session ID from Stripe. It will get the session ID. It will give that session ID to the front end, so that front end will redirect the page to the Stripe front end or Stripe UI, in which a user will fill all those details, and after proceeding to the pay button, after he will click pay button, then what happen is Stripe server will acknowledge our front end that success is happen or failure will happen, and on backend Stripe will also hit the backend that stores all the order services details. So for example, that person is ordered this particular product and with this particular delivery address. So three information are stored: user detail, product detail, and delivery address. Three details are saved into the order service, into the order schema. After that, this will happen, and this is the overall architecture of order procedure, how order is happening in my application. After that, I'll be explaining about Kafka, why I have used Kafka in my project. So it is used for order and restaurant service communication. So what happened is when the user first try to order something, and that particular order has a confirmed order status, right? And it has a confirmed order status. So whenever admin changes that confirmed order pages to the delivered, so that means that particular product or food is get delivered, then that is considered as event here. And because of that event, now service will store product ID, restaurant ID, and user ID into the Kafka topic. And because now it is stored in the Kafka topics, and review and rating service is listening to that particular topic, so now it will listen to the topic and it will read those product ID, restaurant ID, and user ID, and it will create a new entry for that part with those IDs. So why it is happening actually? So whenever user is purchased something and it is get delivered, that means that user is now eligible for review. So that now that user can give reviews to that product, right? Because that particular food is get delivered there. So now he is eligible. So to get this use case, to get this operation, I have used Kafka structure. So whenever the particular status of order is changed by the admin to the delivered. So whenever that particular order get delivered, then here the Kafka, now it will store those details into the Kafka, and review service will listen to that particular Kafka, and it will create a new entry in the review schema, so that whenever there's an entry access, that means that particular user is eligible to give review. So this is the use case of Kafka here, and I have used Kafka. Why? Because it so that I can check internal architecture, like how it is happening, so that every particular message or every particular data is get uh, perfectly working or not. So this is overall working of Kafka architecture here. Now I'll be explaining about Google Auth server. So whenever front end next application or user clicks the Google for login or sign up process, then what will happen is it will hit the Google Auth server and it will get the key. And with the help of that key, it will give that key to the backend to the user service. Now user service have that key, and with the help of that key, it will again hit the Google Auth server with that key and again get the another key. He will get second key. User service again get the second key. Okay. After that, with the help of that second key, he will again hit a different URL of Google API, and now he is able to get the user information like username, user profile, what is his email, and with all those detail he will be that user service will now able to log in or sign up. And after login and sign up, it will create a JWT token, and it will send back JWT token to the front end, to the application cookie, to the browser cookie. And now after that, and that particular cookie is stored in the browser, stored into the browser, and after every frequent request, that particular token is shared to the all the services. These all diagrams will cover my project architecture. Actually, these are cover all the major operations and all the major functionalities. So yeah, this is all about my project architectures, and thank you for listening.